back with everyone here. It has been a while since we actually did a live. But anyways, guys, welcome back to the CSEC preparation for 2026. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing very pleasant on this day. Um, so this segment of the course on a full course on CSEC 2026 will mainly be inclusive of tips, best tips and advice, and this is inclusive for students of usually all grades. So if you are here and you're watching this, could be if you're from Jamaica, if you're from Trinidad or what's not, and you're under the CSEC testing arena, this would be inclusive for you. So I am the study group guy CSEC. I also do commentary videos on related topics, but for this channel we mainly do CSEC related content. So some of the things that I'll cover this video into a couple of sections, which will mainly be there's mainly three tips that I really want to go through: topic one, topic two, etc. So the first thing that I really want to get into is test taking. And this is a very interesting one, at least in my opinion, it's a very interesting one, right? So you might ask the very basic question, why is test taking so important? So I'll give you a couple of ideas. So especially if you're within the area of nearing to your examinations, a lot of students, at least a lot of the smart ones, won't actually study in the sense by which they will actually just read and they will hope for the best. That is not usually the best course of actions or action in this case. If you really want to be a successful student, the first thing that you need to do is have the ability to test yourself in the sense that if you are taught, like for example, if you're taught photosynthesis, you should, as a student, have the ability to test your understanding. That's one of the major drivers in success in students if we were to look into it from an archaeological point of view. So test taking is by far the most effective way of becoming the best student that you could be in your academics. And I really want to make this video as a shout out for to all Caribbean students mostly. Um, and the best way by which you could actually understand a topic completely is your ability to re-explain a point. If you could re-explain a definition of something, like for example, photosynthesis. Photosynthesis has a very simplistic definition, or like for example, population. Population are the amount of people within an area, or the amount of people densely compact in a specific area. That might not be the textbook definition. That's not what I mean. True understanding is the ability to re-explain a point, to make it your point, while still at the same time being correct. So test taking, how can test taking be done? This is CSEC past papers. Um, Usually in most cases, when you're going on to CSEC or you're going on to the examination CSEC or you're not doing past papers, it is completely futile. It doesn't make any sense. If you do not test yourself, if you do not do past papers and check how much you get correct, you won't truly understand the how much you know. And this is the place, or this is the point whereby most students fail in their academical pursuits. So this is something that I really want to lush into your heads. That's the most friendly way I could say it. So at the end of the day, if you cannot in any way do CSEC past papers, and you do not know or you do not do test taking, you will not be a good student. I have to make sure that you know what you say you know. All right, so we have with tip number one, and the other might even sound weird in a sense, but sometimes the best way of really understanding the topic, as I said, this comes back to testing something that is very complex to someone. If you could explain something so difficult like molecules or what are atoms or and all of these complex ideas to a child, that really shows that you understand it enough that you could actually explain it to a 5 year old or 6 year old. And that is why you come into teaching others. This is a very important driving point. If you cannot explain a definition of something, you could drive a car, but you never to prove that you understand it in a sense. And when you explain it, you're also teaching yourself because you get to understand it at the end of the day. So the first tip, test taking, past papers. And the second tip that I would have on the agenda is teaching others. These are two vitally important tips that I really want to get forward in relation to everything else. I won't make this video extremely long. It's actually live, so you guys could stay in touch. Um, so so yes, this is it here for the study paper guide video. This video, as I said before, will not be very long. Then blocks of understanding. So let's go back over what we learned for the class. So test taking, it helps retain information better. It tests your understanding of a specific topic. It helps you to understand the definitions of things personally, so that it's almost close to impossible to forget it. Test taking can be done by taking CSEC ways of actually studying. But for now, that will be everything for now.